Medianoche.
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 Podcast.
Medianoche.
Podcast.
Medianoche.
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 Podcast.
1 2 1 2 1 2. What's up, y'all?
What up?
Welcome back to another episode. Medianoche Podcast. Miami, Florida. This is tight, man. This is gonna be a good episode. I already know it, man. What's up, y'all? My name's Art Morera. Welcome to the Medianoche Podcast. This is episode 18, and the homie that I have here with me is someone that I've known for a good while, man, making good music, putting on for the city. I'm really excited to have this cat here. I have Ayo Logics here. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up?
You doing all right, bro?
Doing good, man. What's up, Art?
Man, it's been a while, bro.
It's been a long time.
But you look exactly the same,
Well, I sleep in a cryogenic chamber.
I wouldn't be surprised, man. Like, I've known you for easily like half my life, bro. Isn't that crazy?
Man, since the battle scene, since the I shouldn't say the battle scene, since we used to battle. Yeah, since battling was a bigger thing here in Miami.
Word. Nah, like since like Minus really put it like he worded it perfectly. He considers it the golden hip hop, the golden era of Miami hip hop, and I agree.
Yeah. I mean, I bet some real old school heads will have a problem with that. But it was definitely a special time in Miami, I think.
Yeah, man. You were in this crew called Soul What?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know nowadays how often this time gets spoken about, but during that time, Soul What was really putting on, man. Y'all had the ill shows. The name was dope. Soul What with the question mark at the end. Like,
man, I mean, to be honest, man, we didn't know what we were doing. We were just trying our best at the time, people were receptive to it. And this was even a little bit before before like online music was a thing and you could just get your music on iTunes and Spotify. Like you could just put your, nowadays, like you could just distribute your music digitally everywhere. This was around a time when we're burning CDs and selling them and giving them out hand to hand. And it was a real interesting time, man, because we really put in that work. Like we would, down to the packaging, like we packaged our CDs ourselves. It was like a real hustling type time. Like we didn't have cash to send it off to get printed or whatever. So yeah, and we were kind of like some of the first to be doing that in our high school and in our circle of friends. So people picked up on it, man. And even though it's such an old group and it was so long ago, every once in a blue moon somebody will hit me up and be like, hey, I still have your CDs. And it's CDs because it's nowhere online,
Yeah, man, y'all should put that shit online, bro. Like, who cares? I don't care how old it is. Like,
man, it's kind of embarrassing. I mean, you know how it is. Like, it's like looking at old yearbook pictures or like little, pictures of when you were a little kid. It's kind of fucking embarrassing. People love it, but like just as an the artist shit. As an artist, like everything that you look back on when you were first starting out is a little bit embarrassing,
Yeah, no, I agree. I just think that's like man, like that's all in the artist's head,
Yeah, of course.
But it's like if the people want it, man, if like the people want it, like that'll be almost like maybe do like a limited run or something, like because man, I remember like y'all used to throw these parties where like y'all had a bunch of people coming out to y'all shows too, man. Like that was like my first impression of like local hip hop shows, like local, no headliner, just the homies performing their music.
Yeah, man. I mean, again, like we were just. There was not a lot of places for us to do things like that. It was just like, and I guess that was kind of a plus at the time because, there was only like one or two places where you can go to listen to something like that, to experience something like that. So in a sense, the scene was a lot more together, you know?
Yeah. Which truthfully, man, like I gotta give you props, man, like, because during that time there was only like a handful of like active recording artists that were also participating in the little local events and showing face. Like now that's the standard. But before my impression was people didn't really know how to kind of conduct themselves on both sides of the spectrum, and y'all just seamlessly just kind of made it look easy just to, you know?
I mean, maybe it might have looked easy, man, but this was before, you know, like Pro Tools was unattainable to us. You know, like Ableton and Reason and those type of things were like almost unattainable, you know?
Yeah.
And it was around the time when those things were becoming more accessible to just regular people. And it's straight up, man. Like some of the first stuff we recorded was like on a computer mic, you know, like those fucking stick computer mics, and we'd record on like Cool Edit when Cool Edit, you know,
wild
allowed you to have multi-tracking, you know, like just crazy shit like that, man. And
do you remember that little recording program that came with Windows? It was like a little rectangular window that would pop up. It was like a voice recorder, you know?
Kind of, man, kind of.
Well, it's all good. I remember it. I remember like fascinated hearing myself back, like, whoa, this is what I sound like, you know?
Yeah, that's always a pretty strange experience when the first time like you hear yourself.
Yeah.
Over a microphone, it's kind of weird, and that's kind of how I feel about the So What recordings. You know, it's like kind of like the first time, you know, you hear yourself. You're trying to figure out your sound, your style, like. But it was fun times, man. But it was real, kind of just putting it together any way we could.
Yeah, I mean, if I may, like speaking from both like a fan standpoint and also as like now like just a peer, you know, like look, man, like your style of rap was, I remember like back then I was much more over analytical of like technicalities and shit, you know, like Parable was like the multis and Potential too, you know. Are you still in contact with Potential?
Man, you know, he's one of the ones that I have no idea what's up with the guy. Like, I don't think he's on social media. Like, I'm not sure if he's in Miami, if he's in the state.
I have this stack of old pictures from right here, from when I went to this Atmosphere show, right? It was back in 2003 or something, and I have some pictures for Potentials there, man. Like it's crazy. It's like, where the hell is this man? I'm about to start putting paper posters on palm trees and shit.
Man, I don't know, but like not even on social, you know, because sometimes you stumble upon old friends, on social media, but yeah, man, he pulled the Houdini, and
I remember Recognize had that line where he goes, when they battled, and he was like, he calls himself Potential because he's almost there. You know? That was,
man, those ruthless times, man. Ruthless.
Yeah, man, but like your style, like I remember like y'all, I don't know if you recall this, but like y'all used to have an original fourth member that wasn't there no more, and then y'all recruited Nuisance, which you've been rocking with Nuisance ever since.
Yeah.
But before you recruited Nuisance, I hit y'all up like, yo, is there a application or some shit that I can like apply to being What?
For real? I'd have no recollection of that.
That's funny, man. These are things that I hold dear. Mind you, man, like I was just trying to find my place in the world, you know?
Yeah. And So What was it was a group of, it was more like a group of friends, you know?
Yeah.
And so like what you hear on those old recordings is like 3 or 4 of us, and but there was guys who were just homies, you know, like people we grew up with, people who had the same ideas as us, but yeah, So What was like a, you know, I don't know what the number was, but it was like a Wu-Tang situation, but not everybody was a rapper or producer. It was only like 3 or 4 of us that would do that.
I'm gonna tell you a quick little memory like that I have, because y'all used to record at Mike Banger's spot, you know. Shout out Mike Banger, by the way.
Yep.
You know, and I remember like I was sitting, because he used to have that spot in like kind of like by Kendall a little bit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he had that like shower curtain booth, you know.
Yeah.
and I was sitting there. I was sitting there with you, and it was you and I think Parable and obviously Mike. And I forgot how I set up this question, but something about like messing up on the record but still keeping it. And you were reading a magazine, and you were like, "Yeah, sometimes I pick up on things that I messed up on, but no one else notices it. So I'll just like look around, and you move your eyes from left to right mad fast, like to make it funny." And I remember that little obscure little moment, man. I still.
Man, I mean, you have a great memory because, I mean, we spent a lot of time there, and that's when that was our version of being a little bit more advanced. At that time we were legit recording on good equipment but yeah, man, like being any type of musician or an MC, you're always your own worst critic. Like you're gonna know where you messed up, like, and you're gonna hear it, and other people might not notice. They might just think it's part of the thing, or part of you did it on purpose. But yeah, man, that's
I mean, like, but man, like flawed recordings, I like them. I like me personally. I like flawed recordings. Like this whole new wave of like quantized auto-tune, reverb heavy, like just robotic flow. Like I don't know, man. I'm not really crazy about it.
Yeah, I gotta agree with you. Like even with instrumentation, like sometimes like little mistakes happen, and they give the song or the part more character.
Yeah.
And with this whole like overdub and re-recording and doing things over, sometimes that gets lost.
Right.
And I kind of like it a little rough too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And with Artificial, for example, where I'm working with a bunch of really talented musicians, same thing as the MCs. Like we'll be like, oh, that bass part was amazing, it's perfect, doesn't need anything, or that horn part was perfect, and be like, no, let me do it again, because they messed up like the smallest little thing.
It's funny because if you listen to like a recording from 1970s, like let's say like French jazz experimental sessions where producers be finding the ill samples, like all that shit is mad sloppy, but it's so dope.
Yeah. I think I don't know who said this, but like the things that previous generations find wrong or messed up, sometimes new generations will take that and make it like a trait of the new style. So like kind of to bring that into focus, what I mean is like that, like the sloppy drumming and like the drummer being behind the bass player and like things being not quite locked in, almost like what they would call wonky now, right?
Yeah.
Like that's something that like perfectionist musicians would be like, oh man, like what's going on with the drummer and the bass player? They're not meshing. And today you have like someone like Dilla who took that and made it an art form. He made that wonkiness an art form, and you see it a lot on the visual side too. Like I don't know exactly how old you are, but I'm old enough to remember like VHS tapes and
I'm 31. Yeah, I remember
shit like that. And watching and recording on VHS tapes, you get a lot of glitches and skipping and static, and the colors are fucked up. And now it's like people are like looking for phone apps to replicate that.
Yeah, because it has that aesthetic.
So a lot of times, like the shit, like the stuff that we're like, oh man, this looks terrible, or it's messed up. Like the things that we found as mistakes, like new generations will take it up as part of the look or part of the sound. The same thing with like tape. For a while there, like people wanted to record directly on tape again because it had that tape hiss and all the stuff that like engineers back in the day were trying to get rid of. The crackles and the pops and the hissing.
Yeah,
it became a trait of like of some new musicians. They wanted that dirt and that hiss and that shit that comes with tape.
Word. And like really I'm a fan of that shit too, man. I like flawed things, like flawed videos. Like I'm not even crazy about like overly After Effects music video. I'm really not a fan of that, Like one thing you mentioned, Artificial, man, and like y'all had this thing, this series like Rooftop Sessions, where like, right? Is that what it was called? Where y'all, it's a video recording of y'all performing your music in a small room, and like you'll have like just the bands and maybe like one or two homies in the background, and
we're
is that what it was called? I don't want to misspeak.
I don't know if we named it, but it was more like it was more like a little live sessions, right? Like
right.
we just play a song live in a like you said, like in a room. Sometimes it was a studio, sometimes it was just like just a random ass place. I think we did one outside
there
too.
You see, artificial rooftop jam session, artificial music. Yeah, bro, like that was so tight. You know, like that is the shit to me. Like no one else was doing that, at least not in the city. I wasn't seeing nobody else do that.
Yeah.
You know, like now, especially now because content is king. Everyone needs to be pumping out all this content.
Yeah.
Like how do you feel seeing these little, man, like I'm looking at these little thumbnails on YouTube right now, and like, man, y'all were like, you know, for a while y'all were just on this little wave where you were just really doing things outside of the box, you know, and looking back, it's like, you know, it's tight, bro.
Yeah, you know, we were just, again, like that spirit of trying to exploit the things that are available to us, and being a hip hop group and being a hip hop band where we have people who play instruments, which is a little different from the norm, gave us the opportunity to do things like that, like to just, you know, and playing with talented people, where we could just get a few mics, small recording equipment, some cameras, and do something like that, and take the songs that we've recorded and kind of use them, present them in a different way, you know?
Yeah.
And again, that's just using what we have available to us, you know, like Artificial guys, great improvisers. So on top of that, you know, you're hearing a song that's already might be recorded on CD or on Spotify or MP3 or whatever. You're hearing the live version of it, and you're hearing it with new things, you know, because the guys are super good at improvising, and you're hearing it with like a new take, a new flavor. And those sessions, those type of sessions, were probably inspired by Radiohead, and the sessions that they did like after their album, one of their albums, like I can't remember which one, where they just, you know, same idea. They put a couple cameras, they hold up in the studio, and they basically play their whole album live, like in a room.
You know, like I want to see more of that, bro. Like from y'all, especially now, especially in 2018, 100%. I totally want to see that, more of that from y'all, man. Like, and anyone out there that's listening, bro, like if y'all know what's up with Artificial, bro, if y'all used to go to like the shows at Jazz It and all these other venues and shit, like y'all know what's up, man. This is like quality, just music. It's not even hip hop. It's just music. You know?
I mean, yeah, to a certain extent, it's just you know, because being with so many people in a band, like there's a lot of influences, you know.
Yeah. And
those influences start to leak into the music, and so yeah, sure, there's like rapping on top of it, you know.
Yeah.
But beneath the rapping could be a bunch of stuff. It could be like some real jazzy shit, some real funky shit. It could be some straight up hip hop stuff. It could be you know, a little bit of Latin influence. It could, you know, anything, whatever we're feeling at the moment. So, yeah, man, you're right. You know, in the strictest sense of the word, and especially today, I'm not even sure what hip hop is today. You know, like it's really. I think it's really this the stuff that's out today. It's kind of like really disconnected from like when we were younger, like the hip hop, the music was connected to the b-boying and the graph and the DJing, and it was kind of like you know, it was hip hop was rap music was just like part of that thing, like. And now like I'm not sure how today's music is connected to that. Like I think it's not, you know.
Yeah, I think it's totally disconnected. I think it's safe. Like, no hate.
Yeah.
This is what I'm saying. It's not coming from a place of spite or whatever.
Yeah.
I think it's safe to classify the current music, trap music, as this is not hip hop. This is like, you hear trap music and it's like the motive is completely different. you know?
Yeah, you know,
And it's fine.
yeah. I kind of disagree with that. I mean, I think it's just an evolution. It's an evolution, and to my ears and to your ears, maybe like it doesn't sound anything like what we grew up with. So the tendency is to like try to label it something outside of rap, of hip hop, and I think it's hip hop. It's just different. It's different from what we grew up with, you know. But the kind of things that make rap are still there, you know, like sampling, like the drum pattern has, you know, the pulse of hip hop has changed. It used to be break beats, and now it's
the pulse.
Now it's more like, you know, the specific trap hi-hats, and like the 808s have made a comeback, which is fucking crazy because 808s were there at the beginning of hip hop. So it's definitely hip hop music. It's just it's not tied to the rest of the things like before, you know what I'm saying? And we tend to lose. We look at the content of what's coming out, and you can tend to lose sight of like the content of the music that's out right now. Like some of that shit was in the original hip hop recordings, you know, like Money, Partying, Glamour, like all that shit was there in the beginning, you know, and it's here in the new music. It's just that it's deviated a lot from like the break beats and I think the whole pulse of it is different, so it does sound really different.
You know, you saying that, like, it's like enlightening, because like even my perception of how different trap hip hop is from just like more, you know, I guess traditional hip hop.
Yeah.
Like, and their showing of like their just complete surface level disregard of how it got there. It's almost like, all right, y'all, if you want to disconnect from it, then so be it, you know. But like you telling me that, it's almost like reassuring. That's like, yo, don't get it twisted. Like, it's still very much hip hop. It's just a little different.
Yeah, I just it evolves, you know, and I think it happens. And I bet you, yeah, everything is very cyclical too. You know what I'm saying? So it things come around, but in a different way. So like for a bit there, you had artists like Joey Badass, and you have artists like Action Bronson who's still kind of doing like the boom bap shit, in the midst of all this trap sounding stuff.
You fuck with Mac Miller?
A little bit, man. A little bit. It's like songs here and there, you know?
Yeah. His new album, Swimming, I think you'll like it, bro. Like, if you take time to listen to it, I think you would really enjoy it. And it's true. Cats like Joey Badass, Action Bronson, Mac Miller. Also, another one that I really appreciate is Earl Sweatshirt, you know?
Yeah.
Like, those guys, they haven't swayed too far from while still being active, which goes to show there's still an audience that appreciates that shit, you know?
Yeah, and yeah, for sure. And like to kids who are growing up with like I don't even want to call it trap music, right? Because like with like trap, it's not trap like Gucci Mane or something like that. It's just like the core rhythm of hip hop has changed from like that 2 and 4 dirty breakbeat shit to like
3 and 7
to like what we call like the sprinkler hi-hats, you know,
yeah. That's funny.
And the tempo has like slowed down a little bit, and it's gotten heavier. So but like to kids who've grown up with that sound, they listen to like a Joey Badass or a Mac Miller, and that sounds new to them too, you know, because they're used to like this trappy type stuff.
But like also like you'll hear them show appreciation for like the J. Cole's and even like MF Doom. You know what I'm saying? Like they're familiar, man. Like YouTube, Spotify, it totally recommends you know, similar artists, and they can discover it.
And I think, you know, what I was saying about things being cyclical, things coming back around, but in a different way. Like I think, you know, just like there's a lot of stuff that's disconnected now. There'll be artists that'll come around in the future, and they'll be more connected to the original culture, and people will like it. You know, they might not even call it throwback. They'll just be like, oh, this is this new. You know?
Word.
Yeah, because you know the new stuff is always like some modified old shit. You know?
Yeah, because it's just new to them, and that's
Yeah.
what's so great about music, man.
Yeah.
Like for example, I just mentioned like your Rooftop Sessions. Someone that hasn't seen it, like it's gonna be brand new to them. You know what I'm saying? They're
Yeah.
gonna listen to it. It's gonna be like, oh
Yeah,
shit.
especially people who are used to listening to this like this trap rhythm, and used to listening to like just kind of like sample based music. It's gonna be new to them.
I remember one time, man, like for a little while, I was rocking with H2O. We had like a few songs,
Yeah.
And he hit me one day. He's like, "Yo, we're gonna open up for Artificial today at Jazzed. You ready?" And I was like, "I'm eating right now. Yeah, for sure. Let me just get ready, And he scooped me up, and we went to Jazzed, man. And like, like Miami, since Miami is so diverse, and it's also Miami is a market that like is catered to clubs, touristy,
Yeah.
And Jazzed was at the beach.
Yeah.
You feel me? So you associate these things, and you think the type of people that are going to be at that venue are going to be like expecting that clubby electronic, but like y'all packed that shit, man.
Yeah.
You guys really packed that first floor, bro.
Yeah.
And I remember like when H2O and I performed, because we opened up for y'all, like you remember this, right? I mean, I know you said I have a good memory, but like,
Man, you have an outstanding memory. Like, I have a vague recollection of it. I mean, you got to remember, like...
wouldn't it be funny if I'm just bullshitting my way through? Like, man, I remember all these things happening. And you're like, oh, okay.
No, I have a vague recollection of it, but... I mean, if I'm being honest, man, we played a lot of shows, man. There was a time there where we were playing a lot of shows, and it's hard to remember.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, it totally did happen. Like
I'm not lying.
like man, but like I was gonna say, your fans, bro, and they're here. They're in Miami. They're somewhere.
Yeah.
Like you guys have these fans that truly appreciate just the almost like in the purest sense, like just. Organic acoustic music, like, and just ill rhymes, bro. Like, and I wanted to like just wait till you got here to like tell you, like, man, I really appreciate all the efforts that y'all did, all your promoting, all your like passing out the CDs, because you guys filtered out the ones that wouldn't be into it with the ones that are into it, and you guys somehow, some way were able to, I don't know how you did it, keep them in the loop so that they can. You created this community of fans that are into that.
It was a different time. It was I wouldn't say very easy, but it was easier to leverage things like social media. Like this is before all these social media companies decided that they wanted to make money, and these audiences that you had built on their platforms, you couldn't reach them unless you paid money. Now this is before that. So if you built the following of 500 people and you wanted to put a message out there, hey, we're playing jazz today, those 500 people would see it,
Yeah.
And so it was a different time, and that really helped. Excuse me, that really helped us a lot. Like,
that algorithm nowadays totally threw it all off.
Yeah. And it's mad props to people who are promoting their shows and getting, because at the time it again, I'm not going to say it was easy. I mean, different era. I used to have a mass like text mailing list, text phone number list. I used to mass text people, like Artificial tonight at wherever, and that was a big part of our promotion strategy. And it's so much trickier now to try to reach the same amount of people.
Yeah, like speaking of that mass text, like I know some people, they use like WhatsApp. WhatsApp has you can make a broadcast list. It's not a bad idea. I'm gonna make a little.
Yeah, you see the old shit becomes new again.
Yeah. Like Ryan Lewis, I think that's his name is. He has his app. It's pretty much like a bot version of that. Like a robot version of it. I mean, I'm not really crazy about like automated messaging, because it's just people see right through that. I mean, props to anyone finding new ways, but
I don't think anyone is fooled by that. I'd be surprised. But if they're useful somehow, if you can go on them and be like, hey, when are you in my city, and the thing says,
Yeah.
September, whatever, here at this time, those are just tools. They're useful, but man, I'd be surprised if someone is fooled by like one of those automated chat things,
Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like people are more savvy nowadays. They'll probably get fooled at first, and then they pick up on it real quick, and then they disconnect from you because they're like, "Yo, this guy is just blown smoke."
Yeah, it's just It depends how it's presented. Like if it's presented as like you're really talking to Ryan Lewis, but it's a bot. That's some shit that'll piss people off.
Word. I mean, like you spent a lot of time in Wynwood, right? Like, how do you feel about the whole? Wynwood's like a little subculture in Miami.
Yeah. It's become like the same as when you say, South Beach or something like that. Like, there's a certain vibe attached to it.
Like, what are some like spots that if you had to recommend people? Like, I'm like, what's up with Wynwood? What's dope there? Like, what are some places you would just throw out there?
Like what? Like to play, to go,
just to kick it,
just to chill.
Yeah. Like I'll be sending people to like Gramps or like Wood Tavern.
Yeah, man, that's kind of that. Even like Wood Tavern is crazy now. Like, yeah, I've seen lines at Wood Tavern like like it was a South Beach club, and it's like it's just a dope little bar. It's not like a club. Yeah. But yeah, definitely Gramps. Man, there's a lot of good places to eat, man.
Yeah, it's true, man. Like one thing that I really like about Wynwood, like for example, Koyo Taco is super tight.
Yeah.
But also
they got that thing in the back. You know about the back, right?
Yeah. And like for example, like even just the way you presented that, like about that thing in the back. You got to be in the know for these little
I mean,
areas.
I mean, if you don't know about the thing in the back by now, I don't know, man. Like when it first came out, it was like, hey, you know about the thing in the back?
Shh, don't tell nobody.
Yeah. But I love places like that, man. There's a spot in the beach called Bodega. I don't know if you ever heard about it or seen it.
When I used to drive Lyft, I used to drop some people off there. It's like by 17th Street, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. And kind of like the same idea as Koyo, but even more extreme because like the front looked like a taco truck.
Right.
And you open a porta potty door, and it leads you leads you into like a big ass fucking bar, man.
Man, this bathroom's huge.
Yeah. It was straight up a porta potty door.
That's funny. A portal potty.
Yeah, I love that, man.
That's
funny. Like, what's up with this porta potty? It's a fucking club back there, dude. Like,
that's funny. It's like one of those clown cars. All these people come out of this little car.
Yeah, and like, what the fuck?
I saw this video on the internet. It's like, it was just funny. I mean, they're like, things white people do. I mean, I'm not crazy about how they use like racial like to label it, but it was this big porta potty, and there were like 40 little like teenagers in there. They were all cramped in there, and they walked out one by one. They were counting them: 30, 31, 32.
It was like cheerleaders or something, right?
Yeah, you saw it.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's like, kids.
Oh man, in the fucking porta potty, man.
Yeah, that's funny, bro. Yeah. They should do another version of that, but the number is like 300, and you just see people.
I thought you were gonna say we should do like porta potty shows.
Nah, that would be the shit.
Yeah.
Nah, but like I like little spots, man. Like the spot that I'm here right now at the New Yorker. Like you saw it. That I feel like this place has potential to become one of those.
I think so, man. It has a little bit of the vibe of. You ever been to the Broken Shaker? The beach?
Nah.
It's the same idea. It's like a little outdoor spot, like with some chairs, and then have some music, and have some dope drinks, and but like there's definitely this is a little hidden thing here. It could become something, because people are always looking for the new thing. Right. Because the thing about Wynwood is that because it's become like a kind of popular neighborhood. And it's become an alternative to South Beach because for a long time, like, if you didn't want to go to South, if you wanted to do something but you didn't want to go to South Beach, you were kind of shit out of luck. You had to like find a house party or something.
Right.
Like me, like I was never into clubbing or anything like that. I went to like Mansion. I went to a big ass club once, and it was because the Roots were playing at it. Yeah. So I was never into that. So Wynwood is a fucking godsend, but it gets played out too,
Yo, when it gets packed there,
Yeah.
oh my God, driving down Second Avenue,
Yeah.
it's like insane, bro. People be walking in between. This is pedestrians everywhere in between cars.
It's fucking crazy, man.
Yeah,
it's
for
crazy
real,
how
man.
it's crazy. You know what's crazy to me? Like, because it's become like an all ages thing. So you see like from little kids to like senior citizens just walking around Wynwood. And Wynwood is the type of neighborhood where like 10 years ago, your parents would be like seeing all the graffiti
Yeah.
on the walls and seeing that it's kind of like a warehouse district, and there's a lot of like industrial type places here that look kind of scary. You know, if you're not used to that, man, like 10 years ago they'd be like, no, what are you doing going to that neighborhood? I would never go to that neighborhood. Now you see like grandparents like walking around and kind of just soaking everything up. It's so crazy. It's so crazy to me.
You know what I would like to see or hear about sometime? If you guys like rent like a U-Haul or something and like just perform while stuck in traffic, you know? Like,
you know who did that? I don't know if you're familiar. There's this group in here in Miami called Afro Beta.
I've heard of them, yeah.
Yeah, and they do more like dance music. And they've done stuff like that, man. They like borrowed like a flatbed and just pulled it along. Performing, you know, for them it's a little bit easier because it's a 2-piece setup. Like, you know, it's one dude on keyboards and kind of like the beats and a singer.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I feel you. I think we might have. That sounds like something we might have tossed around for like a music video idea.
Yeah.
But it's also highly illegal. You know, like,
who cares, man?
Yeah, like it's one. Yeah, like honestly, who cares? But the thing is,
all my music videos have been guerrilla. I've never
Yeah.
asked for a permit for none of my music videos,
yeah,
bro.
same here. But we've done them like on the low. You know, like one of the first music videos we did was in Wynwood, and it was like on a long weekend, like on a Labor Day or some shit, on a Monday. You know, where the streets were just fucking dead empty. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you know, like the thing about the permitting is not so much that like you might get arrested, but more than anything, like, man, if they hit you with like a fine or something, like that just fucks up your whole album budget right there. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, I wonder why that hasn't happened with me, man. I mean, like, you know, I guess like none of my videos have been a big production, but like, yeah, I guess so. If they see a big crowd of people and all these things,
yeah, and that will fuck up your like, if you have like some money allocated to a little promotion budget or something, and all of a sudden it's got to go to pay some like fine, yeah. So it definitely sounds like something we thought of before, but we've done our videos kind of guerrilla too, but again, like trying to stay away from like crowded places and shit, like trying to do it in secret.
You know, let me ask you something, man. Have you ever heard? I wanted to ask you if you've ever heard of this artist, because he's doing what y'all used to do, and like I picked up on it immediately, and I actually enjoy his music. You ever heard of Hobo Johnson?
You know, I saw one of his music videos
where he's like in the backyard rapping into the mic
a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And I had mixed feelings about it.
Yeah?
Yeah, like I didn't love the content, but the newness of it. I like the newness of it. He was doing something different and something new, and that's why, like, and I don't mean mixed feelings in a bad way. Like, I literally had mixed feelings. Like, I was like, oh, this is new and original, and his music, you know, is like kind of new and different. I don't know if I love it or it'll be like my favorite.
Well, not necessarily more about like his music specifically, more like just the format of rapping into a mic, and then the camera is picking up the audio from the mixer, and it's like pretty much what y'all did.
Yeah,
that's what I was referring to. Like, seeing that format, like, just
I guess,
alive and well.
Yeah, I guess that's part of why I liked it too, because it was kind of like raw, you know, and live. But I'm not super familiar with him though, so I don't know if he's done like a series of those or.
I just see y'all like in the festival circuit, man. Like, I feel like damn, you know, I almost get like a little upset. That part of the reason why I started this podcast is because motherfuckers can't be forgetting, bro. You know, like, people take a little 4-month off break. Y'all just dropped a project a few months ago, and it's like, yo, let's not get it twisted. Just because Instagram has an algorithm where things aren't shoved in your face as much as like it potentially could, doesn't mean that like people are just like taking the back seat or nothing, you know? Like I don't want people to forget that fucking Artificial was putting on, man.
It's just crazy, man. It's a fight for people's attention, you know?
Yeah.
And it's what can I say, man? It's fucking crazy nowadays. Like it used to be a little bit easier. It used to be a little bit easier to get people's attention and retain it for a little bit. And it's like very much everything's like a scrolling culture, you know, like scroll, what's next, you know?
You know what's funny, like the irony is like now everyone looks at their phones, but like on Instagram what you're looking at is people taking pictures of their activities. So it's like what happens in real life gets broadcasted on the internet. And now that people are more kind of gravitated towards just posting, like I think that posters are going to be like a big thing, you know?
Posters right now, they're
like more than before.
Man,
you know?
Man, posters are a big thing right now. Like people who post, you mean? Like there's people making careers out of this shit.
No, I don't mean people posting. Damn, that's funny.
Yeah,
a little play on words. No, I mean posters, like on the wall, like a poster. You know, like you can tag yourself and be like, yeah, that's me right there. like you know, I went downtown like when I was filming some content for this project. I dropped Transit City, and like I'm walking down the downtown, and I see like a ripped poster of like XXX Tentacion's like previous project, and I saw like that kind of adds like this little texture to the city, you know, like like worn down part of downtown, ripped poster, but you see it's him, and like you know what I'm saying. So like
again, that's back to the
back to the old,
back to like the fucked up shit that like. Now it's cool to have some fucked up shit, or to be posting in front of like a, you know, like something like a man. I mean, I'm in Wynwood all the time, and I see like photographers come in here and taking pictures in front of the shittiest buildings they could find, or in front of like some graffiti, or like on the train tracks. You know, like it's pretty strange, man. It's like a glorification of like all the ugly shit that everyone was afraid of a couple years ago.
What do you think? What would you say if you had to explain or attempt to like kind of diagnose it? What would you say is the whole logic behind that? The whole, you know, like behind just processing, like just glorifying deterioration of things. Like, why do you think people are into that?
Do you mean like in the city, or you mean like in general, like in
just in general? Yeah.
I think it's a little bit of nostalgia. Like for a lot of people, it brings back memories of when they were a kid. For like me and you, like we would remember like that VHS to go back to the VHS example, because it's been super popular. Like it brings a little bit of nostalgia, and to like people who never lived through it, like I have nieces and nephews who are real young, and it's like their first experience with that. It's almost like a nostalgia for them too of something they haven't lived. Like when we look at old 60s and 70s footage of like Woodstock and shit like that, like that's something that's like so embedded in the culture, the American culture, that like we feel like we're part of that, even though we weren't even born in that era. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's why you see a lot of people like kind of dressing like hippies and shit. Like everything comes back. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I think it's a little bit of nostalgia. I think because like everything is always moving so fast. Yeah. It becomes it becomes a new style, and people who didn't live through the era or don't know, are unaware of it, they're like, oh, look at this new shit, you know? Yeah, it's like it becomes new again. Like how people they have those filters for photos to make it look like Polaroid or like 35 millimeter film. It becomes new again. So, you know, that's my theory. I think people are trying to live through experience a time that they were either not born in, Or in the case of them being ignorant of that time, it's like the new hot shit to them, you know?
Yeah, like listen, when I was a kid and like, you know, when we were kids, I would imagine like all of us, like our parents dressed us up how they saw fit, you know, with the proper shirts and the pants that fit right. And we were like, what is this? I want my Janko jeans. What's going on?
Yeah.
And like we look back at to what we thought was hot and we're like, this is ridiculous, you know? And we're like, damn, my dad has style, bro, you know? Like Ray-Ban glasses, you know? Like things like that are just they almost feel like just classic American
there's things
culture.
I think there's definitely things that become classic. I was just thinking about this today actually, of like how you know, there's even like classic eras of music, you know, like when you think about the 60s and 70s and the sound that came out of those years, and you still hear them today. Like you still hear like people trying to imitate Led Zeppelin. You know, for example, and I think about like, is anyone gonna try to, you know, is anyone gonna be imitating, you know, little whoever the fuck, like 20 years from now, you know, like, will we ever have like iconic shit like that again? Like, man, you have people trying to imitate 60s music, 70s music. You have people trying to imitate like Amy Winehouse type jazz shit, like really old shit, you know what I'm saying? And the stuff still holds up. Like it's still really fresh music.
Yeah, like listen, like I think that the 70s might just be like peak instrumentation, you know, like those guys, whoever was selling the shrooms back then, man, like they really tapped into like that realm, bro. Like when I hear Jimmy Page, just really, I was listening to like Stairway to Heaven. It's funny because like in the movie Wayne's World, you know, when he tries to play Stairway, when he buys the guitar, and he like the guy stops him and he points at the sign, like, no stairway, denied. Like man, like that, or like Steve Vai. You know who Steve Vai is, the guitarist? Yeah. Bro, okay, I'm glad you know who he is. Not many people know who Steve Vai is, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean, I can't say I'm familiar with his music. I know he's a very, like, world-renowned guitar player.
But I'm saying, like, those guys from, like, the 70s and 80s, they get it, man. Like, how much more just mastered can someone really master an instrument, whereas like once synthesizers and stuff came in, I saw this video on the internet the other day, bro, where like this guy instead of sampling old records, they hired this guy that plays music on old keyboards because it has that texture, you know, and they sample his shit.
Obviously I have homies who play keyboard and synthesizer, and they're fucking remaking everything, man. They're remaking all that shit that all those keyboards that were used like in the 70s and 80s, they're remaking all of them like with the modern twist, you know, to update the technology for today's like studio, but they're remaking all of them. And the funny part is, man, that if you go like on eBay or whatever, OfferUp, whatever you like, and try to buy one of the originals, man, you're gonna empty your bank account like trying to buy one of those original keyboards.
It's funny you say that because I just looked when you were talking, I looked up on the internet how much a VCR costs, right? And I saw one right here because I was thinking, man, I was gonna suggest, you know, it'd be a cool idea if you drop a videotape with just visuals to your music and it comes with a VCR. I mean, how much can a VCR be? And I look it up. It's just $974 at Walmart. This one Funai VCR. I'm like, for real, bro? Y'all taxing, bro.
Bro, you could go to Goodwill and empty out the electronics section for like $25.
Yeah, for real. I know. I'm here scrolling. I see like some on eBay for like $20 or whatever. But I'm like, damn, it's crazy how some people will really like, you know, I guess I misspoke. I should have scrolled a little bit more.
That has to be like the last VCR on Earth.
Yeah.
Like brand new.
but like I see people coming out with tapes now, you know, like, new album on cassette as well. Like
what's funny is that if someone gave me a tape, I'd have to go get a tape player. Like, or I'd have to dig in a box for like my Walkman or something like that. Yeah. Cause I don't have a tape player, man.
And it's funny, like if you actually find one and you put those little, you know, those little headphones with a little metallic part that you put over your head,
the real thin like metal band or whatever,
and you put it in and you start playing and you're like, wow, I must look ridiculous.
Everything. It's funny though, man. It's funny you say that because You know that as far as I know, they haven't remade those, but you know, like the big chunky ones,
Yeah.
like the big chunky like leather ones and shit from like
Yeah.
again from like the 60s and 70s. Like, man, you could get a nice pair today of those, like with that look, you know.
I wonder if people are revisiting that whole like 60s and 70s vintage earth tone pastel color palette stuff, because as we look back, we're like, wow, man, simpler is better, you know?
Fucking no. I mean, the shit is good, man. When the stuff is good, man. When it's that good, like, it just transcends the. Well,
Yeah.
and I guess going back to my musical point, like, are we gonna have shit that transcends? You know, like, there's a lot of music like from the late '90s, early 2000s that's like really good stuff, like Timberland shit, like Missy shit. You know, kind of dancey, more on the commercial side. You know, I'm talking about like the stuff that we probably shitted on when we were kids.
Right.
Like a lot of that Timberland stuff. You know, like the Puff Daddy, like that stuff is good, man. But like, has it transcended to today? Like, do people still listen to that shit? And I don't know what the answer is. I want to say not quite, but
I guess it depends on the crowd.
Yeah.
You know, like whenever like I would go out to a spot, let's say for example Wood Tavern, and somebody would put on like some old, like they'll just throw in like First of the Month from Bone Thugs or something. Or like or they'll go, you know that song from the 90s, and if you wanna call me baby. Like that song, man, like everyone just immediately goes back and they're like, wow, it's little time machines, you know? Like, so I think it does, man. I think it does transcend if the environment calls for it. You know, because if you play that same song at like I don't know, fucking Suicide Boys show, like who knows? But I wouldn't hold it past them that they know what's up too, man. I think that people are being a little dismissive nowadays, man. You know, like
as far as what?
I think that people are being a little bit dismissive of like how aware, maybe a little undermining how aware like the young generation really is. They grew up on the internet, man.
Yeah.
And everything is there, bro.
And services like Spotify, which is crazy because we had to really dig like the bottom of the internet barrel to like find that one song we wanted, you know, like back in the day. And now like you just go on Spotify and yeah, you're right about that. I'm not dismissing that at all, because there's so much access to it. Like I think you know, like there's no more people used to like divide themselves based on genre. Like, oh, I only listen to rap music, I only listen to rock music or goth, whatever the fuck. And now it's like there's so much less of that. Like so much less of that because of the internet. You know, people just listening to what they like regardless of the genre.
And like if you look at like a festival lineup, like every genre is there, but the crowd is all there for the whole thing. Yeah. You know, and like
they're there for the whole experience too.
Yeah, so like some band that they're not familiar with, what's up, y'all? We're such and such, and they start playing, and they look at each other and be like, damn, this is pretty good, and take some more shrooms, and like, you know, like, yeah, bro, I like it. I think that music is going in a really good direction, man. Like on some days, I'm a little bit more bitter about about how further it's straying away from like the Jay Dillas and shit. But on other days, I'm like, nah, man, let the plant grow, you know? Yeah, you know, I feel you, but, you know, like there's like, I don't mean to shit on people, but like, how many Jay Dilla clones can you take, you know? Like, how many people like remaking Jay Dilla beats can you take, you know? Yeah. So it has to go, like whether we want it to or not, the music's gonna change. It's gonna go somewhere else. So you just gotta either move with it. You know what I'm saying? Find the stuff that you like, or like be bitter. That's kind of your two options. Yeah, for like real. So like, but let me give you an example. Like, there's this dude that his name is Smino. Have you heard of Smino? Yeah, I've heard of Smino. Man, he makes great fucking music, man. Listen to the guy's flows. Like he's innovating flows and like and he's spitting in a way that's new, right? But like if you're just listening on a superficial level, you might get it confused and think it's like some mumble rap shit.
but like really sit with it and listen to it for a second. And if you listen to the beats they have instrumentation to them, you know. They have a little bit of that feel and funk from kind of the Timberland era, and also from the boom bap stuff. And so you just gotta, man, honestly, at the end of the day, you just gotta find shit you enjoy, you know, and shit you relate to, and kind of try to ignore the other stuff, because otherwise, man, you're just gonna be on fucking social media, on Facebook, like just ranting, just ranting about all these new like rappers with, you know, fucking colorful everything. And man, you know, if you don't like it, just don't listen to it. Like, honestly, man.
Yeah, and like with that being said, like that's why, like, bro, like y'all understood that really early on, man. Because I would imagine you guys passed out, you know, from the So What's down to the Artificials. Like I remember you and Parable dropped this tape. It was like a love tape.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And like I remember the release party was packed, bro. A fight broke out out front. You know.
How fucking ironic is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because love hurts.
And man, that, you know, to me, the album is super embarrassing, you know?
For real?
Yeah.
Damn, it's so crazy.
Yeah,
I think you're a little too hard on yourself, man.
Yeah, of course I
Logic,
am.
bro.
Of course I am. But you know, it's like a rap album about relationships and shit like that.
But
you know?
who at the time was doing? Okay, my bad. I mean, I'm just passionate about it because it's like you're too hard on yourself, and I'm appreciative of it all, you know. But I feel you. Like, listen, you know,
yeah. I mean, I'm not judging people for liking it. I'm just like, damn, bro.
It's like
I put out a love album, bro. Like,
it's like you tell people make some noise, and when they do, you're like, really,
really?
Come on, man.
Again, like, I'm very much about like pushing shit forward. So like when I look at the old stuff, like and I think this happens to a lot of artists. When I look at the old stuff, I see where a fan or a casual listener will get what they want from the music, you know. They'll hear what they like. Like I'll hear where there's room for improvement, and I'm like, fuck, man, you know, like could have done this so much better. And you know, yeah, it's not the healthiest way to think about it, but it's just the way I am. Like
yeah, I mean, it's all good. Like,
yeah. And I think a lot, you know, I've read a lot of artist interviews, and a lot of artists are like that. They just, you know, in the quest for pushing forward, it's hard to like enjoy your older, less, I guess, evolved stuff, you know.
Cause like, you know what I go through? Like I'll make a song, and then like I'll make a song, right? And I'll be like, man, like it just feels so good to complete yet another one, you know. And then you put it out. And then you listen back and you're like, I still love it, but now that itch to just outdo that, you know, it's like working out. Like, I bench pressed 95 pounds at first. Let me just add another 20 pounds. It's just this yearn for growth, you know. But man, like, but still, like, you know, your fans, bro. Like, I'm pretty sure that you guys still have like some avid fans. It's like, nah, but that one tape though. I remember I used to be driving down like South Miami, and I'll see the artificial bumper stickers on cars, you know.
Yeah, man, I would see those too. I'd see those too, man.
It's wild, bro.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
You know?
I designed those, bro.
You did?
Yeah.
That's
I
fire.
did a lot of the visual stuff for Artificial.
That's fire, bro.
Yeah.
And nowadays, like, artists need to be picking up, like, that's like the standard now. Like, yeah, you rap, but what else? What other hat do you wear?
That's true, man. That's true. And you know, in a way, it's like everything. Like, now as a human on this planet, like you can't just do one thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, that time is gone. That time is gone and past. You know, like, you gotta know how to do a couple things, just to you know, keep yourself sane and in some cases to survive. And yeah, man, like these rappers who can like legit really sing, like, fucking more props to them, man. They're really putting in that extra work, and you know, I'm sure that shit came. You know what that is? That came out of necessity. Like, well, I don't have anyone to sing my hooks,
Right?
So I'm gonna sing my own hooks, and it also came out of like that stigma, you know, that what we call the golden era hip hop, the boom bap shit. Around that time, it was like a fucking mortal sin to be like to have like an R&B singer on your album, like doing choruses and shit, it was seen as like, oh, you know, what are you doing? You're selling out, like at the time, and those stigmas are gone. You know what I'm saying? You have people like Anderson .Paak and like even Drake, like making these, and Smino, like this artist that I mentioned, like making these hybrid albums where there's like singing and rapping and shit in between, you know, like, and that's super progressive, man. That's where it's at, you know, like.
Are there any artists that you would like probably consider like just proudly extremely weird? Like this guy knows that he is not trying to attain no mass appeal, and he's super fine with just being in his little niche market. Yeah. Anyone off the top of your head?
Like in hip hop?
Just I guess we can go to hip hop.
Homeboy Sandman.
Crazy. Homeboy Sandman is a great example. Yeah. And like the reason why I asked is because, okay, like another one, like A$AP Rock, you know? And Homeboy Sandman opened for A$AP Rock. Like they get it. They're like, yo, listen, like, yo, we have a niche market, but there are people there. Fucking A$AP Rock sold out Revolution when he went on his the Impossible Kid tour. Like Homeboy Sandman opened for him. Yo, that place was packed, bro.
Yeah, man.
That place was packed. You know, like
that guy, yeah.
And it goes to show, bro, like.
But hey, and let me tell you, I saw A$AP Rock at Churchill's. You know Churchill's, right?
Yeah. It's right by here.
A long time ago, man. And it was him and a mini disc player and like 25 people in the audience, bro.
For real?
Yeah, man. This was like, you know, like when his like second project was out, or like Music for Earthworms or something like that.
Yeah. No, I think that was now that I think about it, that was Float, right?
Float.
Yeah.
What, I can't, you know, I don't know. I don't have his discography memorized, but it was like around. It was in the beginning, man. It was like the second, maybe third album, you know.
Man, like you saying that, it's like so inspiring, bro. Like 25 people in the crowd,
man.
and out of town at that, man. That's so crazy. Look, I mean, you see, I have this PA system right here, and like the mixer and the mics, like you know, I'm on probation right now for some stupid shit, but like, like you know, bro, like soon as I get off, that's what I want to do, man. And like, I strongly encourage like cats like you. I obviously, like people are getting, they have families and shit now, but like still, man, like even if it's like 1 month out of the year, you know, just to go for it, man. Like once a year, you know, like the crowds will get bigger, and that experience. Look, you mentioned A$AP Rock, and like how much of an impression that must have left on you, man. You know, like
if I'm honest, man, it was at a time where like there was these hip hop shows, and there were like anti-winter music conference shows, and so there was a lot of like really underground hip hop acts, and man, he was he was. I hate saying this, but it was really unimpressive.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was late at night. He was there with the mini disc player, and he was just standing on stage rapping. And then the second time I saw him, like a very, very, very long time after, he was just rocking it. Like the evolution was humongous. It was worlds apart. He was on stage with a DJ, I think. I don't remember. But he was killing it. He was fucking killing it, rocking the show. And man, that's what years of experience will do to you, you know? Like,
yeah. Let me ask you something, man. Like do you still actively like rehearse all your shit just to stay sharp with it, or is it just already committed to memory?
Man, it's pretty much in there, you know?
Yeah.
It's like some, like if we're doing like older songs, like I might go back to Spotify actually and listen to my own shit, you know, just to kind of fill in the gaps. But it's pretty much in there.
I wanted to ask maybe your advice. I mean, I know that we're on this podcast. I don't like to delete anything out. Like, and I don't mind asking this. Like, bro, like, listen, man. Like, there was a point in time. I know Cloud9 is gonna hear this, like, and laugh, because he's like, I would tell him like, yeah, bro, I know all my shit. And for a while, like, I was like, yeah, no problem. Like, I can perform an hour and a half straight. I will not miss one word. But for some reason, in the last like month or so, like, that shit is like drifting away from my immediate memory, bro. I have to go back and like, but it's also because I'm creating a lot of new shit.
Yeah.
I'm creating new shit, and like it's taking up the space of
Yeah.
the already existing
well,
music.
Like for me, like we haven't done a show in a while, so like I'm like way out of practice. But it's almost like a musical rhythmic thing for me, you know, like if I remember the rhythm, the words will come, you know.
Like riding a bike.
Yeah, like if you know. My verses in general have like a specific rhythmic pattern, you know, like, and if I can remember that pattern along the way, the words will come, you know, but like you can't, and again, I don't know every single song that I've written. Like I just know the songs that we perform the most, because there's songs that are like strictly album cuts, you know, that we never played. So you know, if someone there's fans who want, like, you know how fans are, like they want to like, if they really follow your shit, they want you to play the most obscure shit, right?
Right.
Like the one song that like
Right.
you never play, that's deep in some mixtape or something.
Right,
you know?
right.
And you know, I gotta tell those people, like, listen, man, and not only me, like, it's not like I mean, the guys I work with are super talented, but they're not fucking Wikipedia, you know, like you can't just punch in a song and it's gonna come out. Like,
Damn, you know, that actually gives me an idea. Like, oh man, if anyone takes this idea, like, just fucking take it. Like, bro, it wouldn't be a bad idea. I'm not even gonna say it.
Keep it for yourself.
Yeah.
Bro.
Oh man, I got you. I had y'all going for a
But
quick
yeah,
second.
man, what I was saying, we have people ask us for real obscure stuff, and we're like, listen, man, the band doesn't know that. We don't remember our lyrics. We wrote that 10 years ago.
Yeah, like,
you
I'm
know?
one of those people.
Yeah,
like,
but
easily.
no, but I feel you. Like, you know, I really believe that, like, we have limited capacity, and like when you start adding shit, like when you start learning new skills or you start learning new songs, like there's shit that has to get pushed out, man. There's shit that has to get pushed out, because like there's just, it's just, you know, we're fucking human. We're not infinite. Our memories are not infinite, and obviously your memory's fucking infinite, but
Nah, but that's ironically, my memory's horrible. I have selective memory for like the music, you know.
Yeah.
That's where my memory's at, you know. But it's true what you say. Like, our memory isn't infinite, man. That's what makes these recordings so valuable, because like
they're there forever.
Yeah, it's a record, you know, like literally. But look, man, like we've been talking for more than an hour, man. Like, you want to just tell people like maybe where they can find you on social media?
Yeah, sure. You can find me at Instagram on AOLogics. You can find the band at Artificial Music, artificialmusic.net. And really, man, if you just pop in Artificial into Google, like, you can get all the website and the Spotify and Apple. We're on all the streaming sites. We're on all the social media sites. And probably my preferred shit right now is Instagram. So AOLogics, Instagram.
That's AO.
AO.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Spelled as normal as you can, I guess. The letter A-O. And then Logics, Logics.
Word.
Yeah.
For anyone thinking that was an X at the end, it's not.
No X's.
All right, y'all. Yeah, that's funny. All right, so all right, y'all. We out of here, man. That's episode 18 of the Medianoche podcast.
Yep.
We got the OG After Logics here, man, or AO Logics as he goes by, and we are out of here, guys. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
Medianoche.
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 Podcast.
Medianoche.
Podcast.
Medianoche.
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 Podcast.